Ginny and Georgia needs a season 2. That's it. That's the video. So I only reviewed episode 1 and 2, and I ended up watching the rest. So I'm just gonna do a little overview of what I thought of each. Sorry. Please don't copyright me. I'm gonna tell y'all what I thought of the characters after I tell you about the show. That ending made you think, what? There are gonna be spoilers in this. So if you don't like spoilers, skedaddle. So as I said, the show is called Ginny and Georgia. I like to say it's loosely based on Gilmore Girls. Georgia's character is far away from Lorelai, and Ginny's character is far away from Rory in a sense. Because Rory didn't do all that mess that, Ginny was doing. So let's go over episode 3, which was Next Level, Rich People. Max has this crush on this girl, and Georgia resorts to her old bad habits, meaning Georgia, she did a lot of illegal things. Like, she had this gambling ring, and with the mayor, she was pocketing money back into her own pocket. There was that. Hunter's Lydia Bennett is a hundo feminist. So I think this was the episode where Ginny had sent Hunter a picture of her in her bra, but she also sent Marcus a picture of herself in the bra, and they had sex too, if y'all remember. And she's like playing off with Maxine that, oh, I'm a virgin, when really she's not, because she had sex with her brother. And the fallback from that, girl, boy, fallback, boo. It was Halloween, okay, and they were all in their costumes, and Ginny's popularity grows, so does her questions about her own identity. She's black and she's white, and she's trying to figure out, she wants to know more about her black side, I think. And Georgia sells Paul on the idea of, after his night out with Georgia, Paul finds he has a new political competition that's with Cynthia, that okay. And then I'm triggered. Unplanned visitors cause headaches for Georgia and trust issues for Ginny. Okay, so in this episode, Georgia's sister, I forget her name now, comes into town to start some mess. You would think that she was all there to reconnect with her sister, and Austin could connect with his cousin Caleb, which was true for them, for the boys. But as for the women in this category, it was more like the sister was getting close to Georgia to just get her information so she gets some money. And of course, Georgia found out she ain't stupid. Happy Sweet 16 jerk is after all the fallback, all the mess that had happened between Ginny and Georgia, because she was like, oh wait, your real name's Mary. That was Ginny. Ginny had a mouth on her, okay? And it's her birthday, and she tries to smooth things over, and Georgia is thinking of having sex with Hunter for the first time. Their first time, not her first time. And Maxine is thinking of having sex with a girlfriend, Sophie. Check one, check other. So this is about Ginny going to, to get started on college, because where they live, you got to start early as a sophomore. As they said in the beginning, you don't want to date your teachers your junior year of high school. So she's trying to work on her essay. And, Hunter ends up winning the contest, but it kind of fires up some things, because she's like, you're half white and half Taiwanese. And, just because I'm half white too, and black, but I'm not the same half white as you, because you don't understand. And feelings are hard when Ginny and Georgia find themselves caught between two men. Okay, so Marcus had gotten into this motorcycle accident because Ginny was just being so rude and so mean and so cruel and said all these things to him. And he got in this accident, and she was worried about him. She kept texting his phone. And he couldn't find his phone. And guess who ends up finding his phone? Maxine, yeah, part of Mang, okay? She found his phone, and she was pissed off. and she was ignoring her. And they would always do this little joke with each other, like every episode. They'd be like, "Oh, ew, it's her. Can't sit with her. No, no, no." But this time she was serious about it. She was very serious because what Ginny did, she broke girl code. But it wasn't like it was her girlfriend or anything. It was her own brother. But she couldn't help it. You know, when you're a teenager, all those hormones running through your body, you can't help it. And I don't know what happened with their friendship. It's like Maxine did not want any parts of Ginny after that happened. And, you know, Ginny was finding out all this stuff and found out that her mom actually killed her stepdad, which is how, you know, the show started. And Austin decides to go with her because not only was Georgia lying to Ginny, she was also lying to her son Austin, because it was making a claim like, oh, he's a wizard in like Harry Potter land, but no, he's 12. He's still believing that stuff. And it turns out they can't find his dad. So Jenny ends up sending off these letters to there, and there's a part where Georgia gets on her, like, you put a return address on there, isn't you? So that means Georgia's running away from the law, you know, because she's had so many different names and she's done so much stuff. So that's where I'm thinking that comes from. And it's election day in the next episode, the worst betrayal since Jordan and Kylie. I like how modern that the titles of the episodes were. I like that. And the follow could be that. And, you know, Georgia came up with this creative way to hide her ex-husband's ashes, and she put them in the fireworks, so there was no trace of the body, you know, because she know that she was in trouble because she put that purple flower in his drink. So hopefully there is a season 2, so we could see if Georgia gets in trouble, if Ginny just stays a runaway. Like, I just need to know. So about the characters, so Ginny and Georgia in real life, they're really close in age. Like Georgia, she's 31 and she's playing someone that's 30. And Antonia Gentry, which is Ginny, she's playing a 16-year-old, but in real life she's 23. That is way too close in age. Like, how do y'all do that though? So yeah, let's get into the characters. Let's talk about all the characters and then we'll let you go. Let me give y'all my thoughts. Okay, Georgia Miller. She's 30 years old and she is single mother of Ginny Austin. Love her character. She's very different. She reminds me of, you know, that show that Netflix had, No Good Nick? She reminds me of her, but except a grown-up version of her. And like she done bad things. She took her daughter away from her dad and her dad's parents, because they was going to raise them as if they was their own. She met Joe in her past, but I think Joe is slowly remembering, like, oh shit, her daughter still has the Ray-Ban glasses. So that's her. Georgia is she tries to go hard for her daughter and her son, but really she marries people for money. Like, she had one husband before him, and I guess she killed him because he would not let her go anywhere. You know, in this one, she killed him, I believe, because he was touching on her daughter. That's nasty. He was touching on her daughter. But, yeah, she's a great character, you know. Ginny is a very complex character. Okay, she loses her virginity to her next door neighbor. She becomes a part of this group named Bang. And, you know, sometimes they joke around and play like that's funny to do. It's not funny. I'm just saying. But overall, she's a complex but fun character. Austin, I feel like he doesn't understand a lot, and he just goes, oh, this is not gonna work. Goes with the flow, you know? But I just think that I don't think he understands. And he goes with his sister at the end. Ellen Baker tries to be cool, but she's not. Marcus is who she lost her virginity to, Ginny. He looks like a bad boy. He looks like, even though he had this girlfriend named Padma, I don't think he really cared about her. I think he really cared about Ginny. And I think Ginny failed to see that until the end of the show. Like, that's what I think. Maxine, I love her. She's a lesbian. She does all these different things. At the end, the spotlight was all on her because she was in this play and she was singing and she was singing good. But I just hate at the end that her and Ginny couldn't get together. But in real life, they're actually good friends. Paul, if you don't know what show Paul was from, Paul was in the show George Hart Dixie, and he played George Tucker. I was like, okay, you get your role. And he's oblivious to what's going on. He's engaged to Georgia now, I guess. It's for the election, but he don't know what's going on. And lastly, Joe. I think Joe was in, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my gosh. He was from Degrassi too. I forgot to say that. Maxine, she was on Degrassi. He was on Degrassi. I did not recognize him. But Joe, he's like the Luke of this season because he has his own cafe. It's a Blue Farm Cafe. I think he really likes Georgia, but he tries to tell her at the end, but she has a ring on. Hopefully next season they could get together. Because, yeah, her and Paul look cute, but I think because they had that connection way back in the day, they need to be together. Hunter Shin. Okay, so these are all the recurring characters. Him and Ginny did seem like a good fit, but I think he was just a placeholder until Marcus came around. Katie Douglas as Abby, part of Mang. I thought she was a bitch. Until I saw at the end where they, the rest of Mang, her parents were going through a divorce and she really needed somebody and nobody was there. Like, that was messed up. Nora, also seems a little bitchy at times because, she would go right along with Abby and they would be saying, oh, man, you always hang around that Ginny girl. She's okay, but dang, she ain't all that kind of vibe. Mr. Gittin was a racist, I feel, because he always pointed her out. Like, there was a point where he mentioned the N-word. He didn't say it, but he mentioned it. And he was like, oh, so let's be careful, because, Ginny's in here. It's like, is it because she black? Come on. Really? Cynthia Fuller was also a bitch, okay? Because she always kept trying to get information and dirt on Georgia. And that was Abby's mama. That was nobody's business. Bev. I can't remember who Bev is. Jordan. Zach was the bully. Oh my gosh. I tried not to laugh at this part. But Austin went like, poof, hit him right. No. That was Georgia that did that. Georgia is a very bad mama. Okay, she's very bad. Riley, Zion is fun to look at. Okay, he's fine to look at, but when it comes to his dad skills, all he kept doing was kept trying to sleep with her mama. Again, come on. That's what's kind of similar to them with Gilmore Girls, because Lorelai would always keep sleeping with Christopher when Lorelai was happy with Luke. And she still kind of messed that up. And yeah. Padma, pseudo girlfriend. I don't know what that means, but she seemed cool. Brody, Nick, he was a gay dude. Sophie, she was a senior and she actually had broke up with what's her face because she was moving and she felt like it was going too fast. Gabriel Cordova, he's getting closer to getting on Georgia. He gonna get on her next season, right? Watch. Matt and Clint. Clint is deaf. He's in story here and there. But yeah, overall, this show is fairly good. I would suggest you go watch it. I didn't want to give away too many spoilers. That might have left some stuff out. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time.